All right, let's just jump right in. I want to start with a number, and I have to be honest, it's a bit of a shocking one, so just be prepared. 83%. So what is that? Well, that's the percentage of our engineering graduates in India who are either unemployed or, stuck in jobs that don't even use their degree. And look, this isn't some old, outdated information. This data is from just last year. 83%. Just let that sink in for a moment.
So you see if that old thought is still in your head, the one that goes, oh, if my child just gets into a good college, their future is set. I really, really need you to listen closely. Because the rules, they haven't just bent, they've completely changed. Today, we're going to go through 5 real AI careers your child can build a life around. And I mean a life, not just a job.
Now, before we dive into them, there's one single idea I want you to hold on to. It's like the master key that unlocks everything else we're about to discuss. And it's this: AI is not replacing people, it's replacing tasks.
And you know what? There's one thing that AI, no matter how incredibly smart it gets, just cannot copy. We call it the human layer.
So what on earth is this human layer? Well, it's actually pretty simple. It's all the stuff that makes us, human. It's judgment, it's empathy, it's understanding the context of a situation, it's having ethics, and of course, creativity. It's the difference between just processing data and asking the right question about that data. You see, every single career we're going to talk about lives right at this intersection. The AI does all the heavy lifting, the boring stuff, but your child, they bring the one thing the machine never can. And that combination, that's where the real future is being built.
And I know you're probably wondering about the money, right? Well, here's why this is so important. People who figure this out, who combine their human skills with AI, they earn, on average, 56% more. 56%. So, are you ready? Let's get into the very first career.
Think about our lives now. Everything is online. Our banking, our medical records, our kids' school data, even government systems. And every single one of those is a target. They all need a guardian, a protector.
Let me give you a real and kind of scary story. A few years back, a hospital got hacked. Cybercriminals locked up all their patient data and demanded a ransom. Can you imagine? Surgeries had to be canceled. People's lives were literally on the line. And the hospital, they had to pay money to get their own information back. Why did this happen? Because there just wasn't anyone skilled enough there to stop it. That's what a cybersecurity analyst does. They are the heroes who stop these kinds of stories from happening.
And this is exactly where that human layer we talked about comes in. Look, the AI is amazing. It can spot weird patterns, it can flag unusual activity faster than any human. But is that weird activity a real serious threat or just a false alarm? What's the right move? How fast do we need to act? That's not a computer's decision. That is a human judgment call every single time. And you know the best part? Your child doesn't have to wait for college. They can start building these skills right now with certifications that are available even from Class 11.
The speed of all this change is just mind-boggling. Get this, 44% of the core skills needed for jobs today are expected to be different in just the next 5 years, almost half, which means our next career is something most families aren't even thinking about yet. But they really should be.
And that brings us right to career number 2. And this is where the human layer is literally saving lives. We're talking about medical AI and health tech.
Okay, check this out. Right now, as we speak, there are AI systems that can look at a simple scan of an eye and spot the very early signs of a disease that can cause blindness. And it does it in minutes, a task that used to take a highly trained specialist days to complete. That's incredible, isn't it?
But wait, here's the secret sauce, the part everyone misses. The AI didn't just wake up one day and decide to look for that disease. No, a person taught it. A person who deeply understands the human body and knows how technology works. They are the one who designed the system, who trained it on what to look for, who decided what counts as a red flag. That's the human layer in medicine. A student who can stand with one foot in biology and the other in technology, they become incredibly rare. And in the job market, rare means valuable. So this isn't about replacing doctors. It's about evolving medicine into something even more powerful.
So, are you thinking, okay, great, but this is all for the science kids? Just hang on a second.
Let's talk about money. Our third career is in FinTech and AI-driven finance. And you're already using it every single day. That UPI payment you just made, that alert from your bank about a weird transaction, even that app that neatly shows you all your spending. Yep, that's all AI, working quietly in the background. Think about a company like Zerodha. They use these super fast algorithms to handle millions of trades. But who built them?
Not just coders. It was people who understood finance deep down and then figured out how technology could serve it. The human layer here is all about strategy, interpretation, and most importantly, trust. A machine can tell you what the data says, but it can't tell you what it means for your family, for your future. That takes a person.
Okay, I can almost hear what some of you are thinking right now. This is all well and good, but what about my child? The one who loves history or psychology or gets excited about political science. Is there any place for them in this new world? The answer is a huge yes. And honestly, this next career, it might be the most important one of them all.
Let's talk about career number 4, AI policy and ethics, or, as I like to call it, building the conscience of the machine. Here's another true story. A massive company created an AI to help them with hiring, but they discovered something terrible. The AI was automatically throwing out applications from women. And it wasn't because some programmer was biased. No, it was because the AI had simply learned from decades of old hiring data, and it learned our old human biases.
Now, who fixes a problem like that? A coder? Nope. It takes someone who understands society, someone who knows about fairness, about law, about human behavior. That is the job of an AI ethicist. It is pure human layer work. So that child of yours, the one who loves to debate, who questions everything, who thinks so deeply about what's right and wrong, they are not too soft for this new world. In fact, they might be the very people we need to lead it.
Okay, we're at our final career. Career number 5. And this one is in a field that is absolutely exploding right now, education.
I'm sure you've seen an app like Duolingo, right? It's brilliant. It doesn't just give everyone the same boring lesson. It actually watches how you're learning, where you're struggling, and it changes the lesson for you. The AI does that. But who decided how the AI should respond when you get something wrong? Who decided to make it encouraging instead of critical? A person did. An AI-powered learning designer. Someone who gets empathy, who understands psychology, and knows how to teach creatively. They build the entire experience. This is the human layer in EdTech, and it's perfect for that kid who is just fascinated by how people think.
So there we have it. 5 very different careers, right? Cybersecurity, healthcare, finance, ethics, education. But did you see the golden thread connecting them all? It's that human layer. Judgment, empathy, ethics, creativity, context. These are the things AI can't touch. And the families who get this, who understand this now, they're not just helping their child pick a job. They are giving them a foundation that will stay strong no matter how much the world changes.
Now, if you're listening to all this and thinking, okay, this is great, but which one of these paths makes sense for my child? Well, that's exactly what we're here to help with. We sit down with you one-on-one to figure out your child's unique strengths and map out a real personal roadmap. The link to book a session is right there in the description. Let's figure this out together.